Taking the customers database and the form that we've just created called FRM form new customers, we're going to look at adding a number of different field types to your form. Firstly, the drop box or combo box as it may be called. We need to be in design, and then from the design sub-ribbon, the drop box is this little icon here. When you hover it says combo box. Now if we give that a click and come into our form and click about here where you would want the field to appear, don't forget you will still get a label, so let's do it a bit further over. And the wizard will start. Where do I want to get the data from for my little combo box? Well, I want to get it from another table or query. Next. That table is the countries table. Next, I need the country name for me, but I need the country ID for access because it's the country ID that will link to the country region name in my customers table. Let's put them in ascending country name order. Next, this is what I will see, and I'm hiding the key column. If I just remove that tick, I can see the IDs, but I'm going to go with the recommendation of hiding the IDs. I don't need them. Next, what we've done so far will create the drop list showing me the countries, but when I then choose country, what do I want it to do with the ID that's sat in that field? Well, I'd like to store it, please, in the country region name, which in our data is actually the ID of the country. Next, what label would you like for your combo box? Well, country, because that's what we're doing. And finish. The label might just need moving over slightly. And let's widen the country region field. Some of the countries are quite long. And then we view in form view to see if that works. And there we see the first person is in Australia. As you scroll through the data, you will change to the relevant country for the person you are looking at. And I can change their country by clicking the drop down and choosing a different country. So I've changed Shannon Wang to now live in Canada. If I move to the next record, they're Australia. If I come back, I see that it's worked and it's remembered that Shannon Wang lives in Canada. So that's a combo box that is getting its data from another table. We go back into design. We're going to add another combo box just below here. Now this one, I don't want to look its values up. I want to type them in. Next, I then type them in. Well, it's only going to have two values, which is M and F. Next, what do you want me to do with the M or the F that you select? I'd like to store it in the gender field. Next, what label would you like? Let's go for gender and finish. We're going to need to just move that label in slightly. Could use the tools of access to sort that out that we've seen previously. Let's select these two labels, arrange, align, left, and that just keeps the labels in line. Do the same with the two actual fields, select them both, shift click in, align left. You can see they were slightly out. Then when I go back to home and view this form, I've got male and female in the gender, and then FM, FM, FM in the rest. So back in design of the form, if we add another combo box just about here, this one I'm going to type the values in that I want. And the values are M for married, and S for single, and D for divorced. Next, what do I want to do with these three letters? If I choose one of them, well, I'd like to store it, please, in the marital status field. Next, and what label would you like? Well, sensibly marital status. Finish. A little bit of tidying up is required. Firstly, the label really ought to be aligned with the country. Then we haven't quite got enough room for the marital status. So let's shift click the two labels, arrange, align left. Now we need to bring the data a bit closer in hand, undo. I only want to move that field, so I need to go top left of it. And then marital status, shift click country region name, align left. That keeps it nice and neat. And then I can go view and I see the 3 marital status, but as I click through the data, I see the current marital status of the current person in the marital status field. So I can see S for single, but I can now change this much easier to M or D. Or, because this pencil mark is here, I can edit the list items. Now that's probably what I don't want them to be able to do. So in design, I can bring up the properties for the marital status combo box on the data tab and choose limit to list yes. Now that is only there as an option when you use a value list. If you use a data list, then you cannot choose no. It is yes, because you're limiting to the data available. If I go view now, I can see single, married and divorced, and then the pencil mark allows me to go in, but not actually add another value. So that's the 2 clever uses of a combo box to give the form a drop-down list of values either from another table or from a typed-in list that is then stored in the relevant data field of the underlying table.